up here for economics?
Yes. Please take a seat. I'm Miss Wolf. We're just waiting on one other student.
What's up, guys?
And you are Makayla?
That's my birth name, but you can just call me Your Majesty.
Makayla will do, thank you. Let's just start before... Anywho, this is economics. I am Miss Wolf. Throughout our time together, you may only refer to me as Miss Wolf, nothing else. Let's just jump right into our very first topic of Makayla. Pay attention, please. This is very important. Our first topic is opportunity cost. Makayla, can you tell me what a trade-off is?
You're the teacher. You should know.
Angel, what do you think?
Trade-offs are all of the choices a person forgoes when he or she makes a decision. In other words, the sacrifices a person makes in order to fulfill a goal.
Very good. Now, let's have a scenario where a person...
What person?
It doesn't matter, it's just a scenario.
Yeah, it does kind of matter because I'm learning and I need to know these people's names.
Fine. Your Majesty wants to go over a friend's house, but her mother wants her to go to her grandmother's house. Now, Your Majesty could also spend some time doing homework or watching TV.
Netflix!
Anyway, Your Majesty can't possibly do all these things in one day. She has to choose one option. Now, say she makes the wrong decision and attends her friend's house against her mother's orders. What would be her sacrifices or trade-offs in this scenario? Makayla, why don't you take this one?
Why don't you stop talking?
You know, I could easily fail you, which would require you to attend summer school next year. So I suggest you stop it with the attitude and actually participate.
I suggest you tell me something I don't know.
Anyway, back to the example. Angel, what would be Your Majesty's trade-offs in the situation I described?
Well, according to my calculations, Your Majesty's trade-offs would be going to her grandmother's, taking a nap, and watching television. Her opportunity cost...
That's enough, thank you, Angel. We haven't gotten that far yet. But your enthusiasm is greatly appreciated. You're correct. Your Majesty's trade-offs would be all the options she did not choose to do that day. The best option not chosen would be her opportunity cost.
Whoa, Teach. You lost me at enthusiasm.
Okay, what don't you understand?
What do you mean by best option not chosen? Aren't they all trade-offs?
Great question. I'm glad you're paying some attention. Out of all the options Your Majesty did not choose, the one that would have benefited her the most would be considered her opportunity cost. If she chose to see her grandmother, she would have made both her grandma and her mother very happy. Instead, she chose to hang out with her friends, which neglected her grandmother and disobeyed her mother. All those effects made going to her grandmother's house the opportunity cost.
Yeah, cool. Next topic.
Since you're suddenly so interested, let's move on while I still got your attention.
What?
Shh! Angel, be quiet, I'm trying to teach.
But I didn't...
Our next topic is comparative advantage. Now this may sound complicated, but it is really quite simple. Now in a different scenario, two companies...
What two companies?
The companies of Schnoodle and Kroodle both make apples and oranges.
I'm more of an apple person myself.
Anyway, say Schnoodle makes 40 apples and 20 oranges, while Kroodle makes 20 apples and 5 oranges. Now, both companies have the same amount of resources, but Schnoodle sacrifices 2 oranges for every apple it produces, while Kroodle sacrifices 4 oranges for every apple it produces. This makes Schnoodle's opportunity cost 2 and Kroodle's 4. Now, Schnoodle makes less sacrifices than Kroodle in the apple production, which makes Schnoodle have the comparative advantage over Kroodle. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes, very much so.
English, poor favor.
Okay, Makayla, what is it you don't understand?
What exactly is comparative advantage?
Think of it this way. When you have the comparative advantage over someone else, you make less sacrifices than they do doing the same thing. Is that better?
Sure.
Great, because we're going to take this one step further and graph it. Yay! Now, the graph I'm going to introduce to you to is basically this chart, but in graph form. Now, get a piece of paper and draw this down, because I don't want you to forget this. Now, you already know the x and y axes, I should hope so. So the y-axis is going to be the apples, and the x-axis is going to be the oranges. Now, using the same amounts from this chart, draw them to label the axes. So 40 and 20 apples, and 5 and 20 oranges. Next, draw a line from each apple amount to its corresponding orange amount, so 20 to 5, and 40 to 20. Lastly, label each line with its company name.
What, next you want me to end world hunger?
Stop being so overdramatic. It's not a hard concept. You'll both understand better once you complete this homework tonight.
Excuse me?
Yes?
I have 2 questions. One, when is the due date? And 2, is there any extra credits?
You, my friend, have no life.
Makayla, do not patronize other students. Now, while I appreciate your gusto, this is only the first class, so there is no extra credit at this time. As for the due date, I expect this done by tomorrow. Now, Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Concern your fashion sense.
Question?
Can I leave now?
Actually, yes, you both are dismissed.
Bye.
Excuse me, Mrs. Smoke?
Yes.
I have a couple questions on the next topics we'll have, especially on exchange rates, because I've always had an interest in that. Like, how is it a dollar in the U.S. equals to 65 British pounds and only $1.25 for the Canadian dollar? And
Exchange
also
rates are way in the future. Let's just focus on this, okay?
what about socialization and supply and demand curves?
That's also way down the line, okay? Let's just do the homework tonight, okay?
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.